PTE Writing Secrets 2025. Trust me, this is gonna be one of the most beneficial videos ever made because I'll be leaking a lot of secrets with respect to PTE writing as far as 2025 is concerned. Want to make most out of this video? Make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul here from SKILLS PTE Academic. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome power-packed video on PTE Writing Secrets 2025. Score a perfect 90 out of 90. Well, before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, and anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. We will do the needful. Also to tell you, we released 3 ebooks. 2 were the previous ones, and today we're releasing a new one. 3 ebooks. All the link of the ebooks are in the description of this video. You can click on the link, buy it as a combo, and avail a very good discount as well. Alright, without any further delay, let's straight away get right into the video. When we talk about PTE writing section, remember it's not just the writing module that contributes marks towards your PTE writing section. It's the modules in the reading and the listening also contributes humongous marks to the writing section. First thing is essay writing, second thing is summarize written text, third is summarize spoken text. All these are dummy. The next what we talk, which is inside the reading and the listening module, contributes more number of marks towards your writing. That is reading, writing, fill in the blanks, approximately 25 plus marks. Listening, fill in the blank, and write from dictation just together contributes around 55 marks or approximately 60 marks towards your writing section. Now we will unveil all the secrets with respect to all the modules in the order that I just talked about. Let's quickly move on to the first module, essay secrets. Now I'm going to spill the beans with respect to the essay secrets. Number 1 secret is, remember, you use the right template. You wrote a beautiful essay, but still you may get very low score because you have problems in the spelling. Remember this rule: 1 spelling mistake costs you 1 or more than 1 marks. You make 5 to 6 spelling mistakes, most likely essay is not going to give you any scores. So the idea is very simple. You should finish writing the entire essay in under 15 minutes, and remaining 5 minutes you need to give it for proofreading. The same goes with email writing for the people from PTE core. Spelling is one of the most important factors considered in your PTE exam. You cannot make any spelling mistakes. So one simple rule is, let's say you have a problem in that particular spelling of that word. You don't write that word. So this way you can escape from making mistake. The second secret with respect to scoring in essays is the grammar. You make 1 grammatical error, a very silly error. Let's say you should have written government finds and you wrote government find. 1 mark gone. Like this, 5-6 mistakes, 5-6 marks gone. So more or less you would be losing more than 10 marks if you make 5 spelling or 5 grammatical errors. Per essay contributes 10 to 12 marks. 2 essay, 20 marks. Let's say you get 2 essays, out of 20 you make 10-15 spelling mistakes, 10-15 grammatical errors. It's gonna be a big 0 and not even 1 mark you get from that. Remember this. The third essay secret, the new update in 2025. You don't address the question, mostly you're gonna get 0. And we have seen a lot of students getting very, very low scores quite recently. If this is the question, some people believe that artificial intelligence will replace human jobs in the future, while others think it'll create more job opportunities. Discuss both the views. Now you have to discuss the first view in the second paragraph, that is AI will replace human jobs. The third paragraph you need to talk about the other view. No, it will create more job opportunities. You do this, you get the marks, but let's say you talked about the emergence of AI, how AI has evolved, how AI is giving precise results, then it's going to be 0. Remember this. Read the question, understand what is required. Accordingly, answer them. Pinpoint to the question. You deviate a little from the question, marks gone. Remember this. The next big secret with respect to essay writing for the PTE writing module is exceed the word limit. This goes for your email writing as well. Essay writing is between 200 to 300 words. Email writing is between 100 to 120 words. You exceed this or you don't write within this word limit. Let's say 1 essay is 12 mark, half of the marks you're gonna just give away. Remember, all these are very, very important things. Small things we tend to ignore. The next big secret with respect to essay writing is you read the question, you write the answer, but the answer is addressing the question only partially. For instance, the same question, there are 2 views asked. You write only 1 view. Second paragraph, you talk about how AI is replacing human jobs. Third paragraph also, you talk about how AI is replacing human jobs. Now, gone case, you mostly will not get full marks. Out of 12, probably you get 5 or 6, irrespective of what templates you have used, irrespective of what grammar, logic, content that you have written. If you have not addressed completely, marks will not come. This is the latest secret, latest update. We have tested through this. A lot of students have done this mistake and got a very low score. The next essay secret is with respect to using fully templated responses. You cannot use completely templated responses, meaning entire essay template covers one blank, it will give you to fill. Don't assume you're gonna get marks from that. They're all banned. You don't get any marks from that if you follow that particular thing. Not just that, the last secret, you use keywords template because you fear if you write on your own, you may end up making grammatical errors. So what do you end up doing? You take an essay which is carefully, meticulously crafted, designed solely for you, wherein the teacher says, put some 10 keywords. You're gonna get the scores. 100% you don't get the scores. We have tried and tested this. All these are not working. All these are the secrets that needs to be kept. No, share it to others so that people understand their mistakes. 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 sentences on your own with a mixture of simple, compound, complex. You got to write without any spelling and grammatical errors. There is no escaping mechanism now. You got to study English. You got to learn grammar. If you don't, PT will make you learn it the very hard way. Remember this. The second module that contributes to some extent, some 4 to 5 marks towards your essay writing is summarize written text. Remember here as well, one spelling mistake, be ready to lose 1 mark. 1 grammatical mistakes, mostly you're gonna get 0 here. Summarize written text contributes some 4 or 5 marks, not more than that. 1 or 2 questions will come, 4 to 5 marks to writing, 4 to 5 marks to reading. Grammar is the only thing that matters here. You make grammatical errors, mostly it's gonna be 0. Remember this. The next is content is not a priority, meaning you try to write something on your own, assuming things, using some synonyms, you don't get reading scores. Whatever is there, you just copy paste. Copy paste method still absolutely works. There is cut, copy, paste. I'm not talking about those buttons. I'm talking about retaining the same information from the paragraph to the answer box, copying and pasting by typing. This actually works. You don't have to worry about anything else. And also remember, vocabulary is not a priority. You try to use some hi-fi words which are not there in the paragraph. God knows what scores you get in your reading section. Reading may go down, software may interpret that in a different way. This is very risky to use words, something on your own. Whatever you see in the paragraph, retain the same. Also remember, exceeding the word limit. For PTE Academic, it's between 5 to 75 words. For PTE Core, it's between 25 to 50 words. Make sure you write within this word limit. You exceed this, most probably you lose a lot of marks. 4 to 5 marks, let's say, from 2 questions, you're gonna get 1 to 2 only. No matter how good you have written with respect to grammar or spelling. So what is the strategy here? Take 2 full sentences, between them add a comma and a connector. And now there is a small change, small rule. While using connector, if the sentence already has a lot of and, first sentence, and then again you use comma and, there are cases, there are chances, in some cases, not all the time, in some cases, AI make it confused and throw an error called comma splice or run-on sentence. You cannot simply keep adding and. Of course, you're adding this and as a connector, but there are already so many ands, let's say, in the first sentence. Then you're giving room for errors from the AI side. So in such case, use but. Apart from that, there are no other secrets. It's a very simple module. Let's see a small demonstration. If this is the paragraph, a big paragraph, I've taken 2 sentences. One is in yellow and one is in green. The yellow sentence, ergonomic chairs, for instance, are designed to support the natural curve of the spine, and this reduces strain on the lower back and shoulders. Already some 2-3 ands are done. Again, in the answer at the bottom, comma, again and. It's mostly correct, should not be a problem, but some AIs will throw an error because they are not capable to identify that this and that we are adding is a connector and not the previous ands. In such cases, if you're unlucky, because of the AI's problem, the coding problem, it may throw an error saying comma splice or run-on sentence. So you can try this in the Google. Gemini or ChatGPT can help you with this. So what best you can do in such cases, you can change this and to but, some other connector. Then 100% you get the full scores, but most of the times you use and, it should work. Only in such cases where there are so many ands already in place, then you put but or some other word as a connector, you're gonna get the scores. Make sure to put a full stop in the end without fail. Make sure to put a full stop towards the end. It's very, very important. The next module that contributes to some extent, 5 to 8 marks, 6 to 8 marks to writing section is summarize spoken text. The same rule as the essay or summarize written text. 1 spelling mistake, 1 grammatical errors, be ready to lose 1 mark for each of them. You cannot make silly errors like this. And keyword method is not suggested. Just like in the essay writing, I told you, write sentences. Here as well, write sentence or small phrases. Very shortly I'm going to show you what I meant, but here as well it's suggested to use a mixture of simple, compound and complex sentences. In any case, possible. For PT Academic, 4 to 5 phrases is mandatory, or some 3 to 4 sentences, because you got to write between 50 and 70 words. For PT Core, 2 to 3 phrases or 1 or 2 lengthy sentences is suggested, because it's only between 20 and 30 words. And also not to forget, vocabulary is not a priority. Whatever you listen from the audio, exactly write as it is. Don't have to change the vocabulary thinking. You write some advanced words, you get more marks. You don't get any marks for that. Remember this. And also the next secret with respect to summarized spoken text is, make sure to have short templates. You cannot have lengthy templates. Templates only will cover 45, 50 words. And I will write 2 small sentences, 6, 7 words. All this is not going to give you scores. You're going to shorten the template. For instance, the talk was about, firstly the speaker said, then the speaker mentioned. Here the speaker also talked about. In the end, he left an important note on. The short content is fine. The lecture gives the important key points and relevant information, also strikingly discussing about. No, you cannot do that. If possible, don't use any template. Use some linking words. Firstly, secondly, furthermore, in addition, however, in conclusion. Something like this you can create, or whatever the templates that I have given before. Very much working, you can go ahead with it. But remember, it's not just the template, it is what you fill inside the template. And last but not the least, exceeding the word limit in both PT Academic or Core, or not satisfying the word limit, will definitely lose a lot of marks. If 6 to 8 marks you're getting from 2 summarized spoken text, you may end up getting 2 to 3 marks and not more than that, if the word limit is not met. Remember this. Let's quickly review a small summarized spoken text. The talk was about university competition. Firstly, the speaker talked about the academic job market is global. Now sentence is wrong. Now a person who doesn't have habit of reading books will not have that intuition as to why this is wrong. You take a book, read for 15 days, any book, and come here, you would have developed that intuition as to why it is wrong. Otherwise, even now, even if I explain it very clearly, you may not be able to understand it. Let me give a best try. Firstly, the speaker talked about something, and if you're still continuing, something which is, something that is. So here the speaker talked about the academic job market, which is global, which is going global. Some word which has to come, otherwise sentence wrong. You write like this, marks will not come. 1 or 2 marks minimum you would lose from this. Later the speaker said competition is for government funding. All these are small phrases. You got to otherwise write 2 phrases in between, add a connector for each sentence. Furthermore, the speaker provided imperative information on competition for research funding. Again, a very short phrase. In the end, the speaker left an important note on competition, which, okay, the student has made an attempt to write the word which, left an important note on competition, which, visible, competition, visible, he is eating, he is good, competition which is particularly visible. If you miss the word is, then marks will not come. You would be expecting 8 out of 8 from 2 summarized spoken text. You would be getting 2 out of 8 because of these problems. Now how do we fix it? Grammar you need to learn. And simply going through grammar shortcuts, tips and tricks in videos, or the grammar knowledge will not make a huge difference. It's purely reading skills. Take a novel and read, man. Automatically you would get it. I have seen numerous individuals who did not study even a single day for PT and got 90. At the same time, I've seen numerous individuals who studied throughout their lifetimes but never crossed 50. Because if that English, the skill set is all fine, skill set is all precise, then PT is just testing that. You already possess it, things will fall in place. So get that skills, acquire that skills. Take a novel and start reading, things will fall in its own place, on its own. Let's quickly move on to the listening, fill in the blanks, one of the very, very important modules. Now the bigger modules, I'm just getting into. So for whatever I discussed, they're not the greatest secrets. The greatest kept secret is about to start. Essay, summarize written text, summarize spoken text, all these are dummy modules. Listening, fill in the blanks. It also contributes 12 to 15 marks like essay. But essay, you make mistakes also, you would get some marks. But here you make mistakes, it's gonna be big 0. What's the problem here? People do not listen carefully for the entire text. If there is a text and there is a dash, that person would only listen to that word and would not listen to the entire context. If the word is science, S-I-G-N-S, S-C-I-N-C, which is that word that you need to write? You need the context. You need to listen to the entire story. That is the secret number 1. Second secret, be very, very quick. Sometimes the blanks will be very closely spaced. Sometimes the audio goes like a rocket, like a bullet. You got to be very quick. If you're good at typing directly, you can type, which I'm going to show now. Or you can write down on a piece of book that is given to you and then transfer your answers. But when you write, be very much agile. You cannot put your head down and write. Even if you're doing it within 1 or 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds, you need to finish it. If you keep on writing by putting your head down, by the time you finish writing and see, you wouldn't even know where the audio is. Isn't it so? So now I'll show you a small demo on how effectively you can do this. Few of the words are not clearer in such cases. How can we predict the correct answers? Each and everything in a short while. Let me open my website. Website is not completely live yet. Should be live probably by the end of this month. All right, I'm selecting some different sounds. Let's start.
You would never say Arsenal and Manchester United are having similar seasons, but Sunday's Premier League stalemate at Old Trafford was a reminder that they have something in common, a problem to solve up front. While the Gunners' attacking flaw appears to be a glaring one, in that they have played much of this campaign without a recognised centre-forward, United do have some strikers, but their regular failure to find the net has left people questioning whether they are good enough to help Ruben Amorim's side climb the table.
Okay, so there was a problem. If you had observed while typing, I was typing glaring in the second blank, but it was third blank. The mouse did not click. See, these are the potential problems that may happen in the exam. Correct. So now this is what we have written. Let's cross verify. Glaring one, in that they have played much of this campaign without a recognized. You can use Z or S. Center forward. United do have some strikers, but they're regular fielder to find the net. Is it making sense? But the regular fielder. This is what they say, and the word was not clearer. Now what to do? I give up. Correct. I give up to God. No. The point is, God has given you some sense of smartness, common sense. Use it. This word was not clearer 100%, but doesn't mean that you just write whatever you think is correct. Put the word and read. No. United do have some strikers, but the regular dash to find the net has left people questioning whether they're good enough to help side climb the table. Basically, they are not climbing the table, they are not succeeding. But the regular, how about it is failure? Fielder is not making sense. Regularly, quite often they've failed. They're failing. Probably failure is making sense. First is United, capital small is not going to make a huge difference. Stalemate means stuck, draw. Not exactly a draw, it's a chess term. Glaring, recognized failure. Let's click on submit and see how much marks does it give. I've got 5 out of 5. Now this failure or fielder or some other word that people end up writing, you can write the correct word. It's not just about what you listen, it's about how you implement it. Whatever the word that you got, put it there and read. If it is not making sense, then whatever the word you have gotten is 100% wrong. If it is making sense, then whatever the word you have gotten is 100% right. This is listening skill. Welcome to PTE. This someone possesses, that person gets 90. If this someone doesn't possess, he has to develop that. Instead, what a person does, student keeps on just practicing. It's not going to help you develop the skills. Listen to a podcast, watch a TV series English. Involve yourself into learning English skills. Automatically you will get 90 within no time. Alright, the next top secret is with respect to write from dictation. I know most of you are already aware what to do, what not to do, adding extra words, adding extra spellings, articles, everything. But most important secret that is kept hidden is the listening skill. You listen to the audio, understand the audio, then expand and write. This is the core of write from dictation, what a lot of students completely ignore. This can come into picture only when you have a good listening skill. Let's say you don't have a very good listening skill and you're practicing write from dictation, probably 100 write from dictations a day. It's not going to make a huge difference. Probably the success gets delayed. Rather 100 write from dictation you don't practice. 10 write from dictations you practice. The remaining 90 write from dictation time could be 1.5 hours. Start listening to a podcast, man. You will see the difference like magic. I'm gonna play an audio, try doing it. I'll also do it here. It's gonna be little tricky. I have done it once. Trust me, it is little tricky. So you do it, I'll also do it here. Let's see who gets full marks. Alright, I'm changing the sound. Let's start.
The Campus Science Club hosts monthly lectures by guest scientists and researchers.
Alright, so this is how my answer looks like. Science spelling wrong. We will just fix that as well. The Campus Science Club host monthly lectures by guest scientists and researchers. Yeah, I think this should give me a perfect score. Let's see how much marks do I get. I think I've got 12 out of 12. So now, how was I able to do this? This is the most important thing. This is not by practice. I never practice for write from dictation. See, this is the truth that people are not ready to accept. You may have a very good English, but your skill set may be poor, and this is the secret. The reason why some get 90, some don't. The 90 overall person wouldn't have even practiced, but this 70 overall, 60 overall person would have tried practicing a lot. The main difference is the 90 overall person already possesses that skill. The 70 overall, 60 overall may not at the moment, but if put the efforts in the right way, even this person can enhance the skill. Now, how to enhance the skill? The right strategy, the right way to do it is to listen to a podcast, watch an English movie, plus play this game called Duel and Back, which increases your concentration. Here it's all about understanding. I bet my life if this audio was in Hindi or Arabic or whatever the native language that you speak, Punjabi, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, you would have gotten all 12 words correctly. Or even if it was 20 words, you would have gotten all 20 words correctly. Problem is English, then work on English. Not just on write from dictation. The Campus Science Club, this is the club name, the Campus Science Club, hosts what? Hosts monthly lecture. This club will host a lecture that happens monthly. The Campus Science Club, first phrase, hosts monthly lectures. Second phrase, hosts monthly lectures. And who is taking the lecture? By scientists and researchers. There could be a lot of elements in it, but when you truly understand what it is and not memorize, you're gonna get it. Because when I play this audio in your native language, you're gonna understand what it is. You will not memorize. But in English, you will give up because it's getting difficult, no patience. So start introspecting things in this manner. Over the period of time, you will fix it. Simply just practicing 100 right from dictation is not going to magically get you the scores. It may delay the progress. Progress may happen, but it may take a lot of time. The last secret with respect to the writing section that nobody tells you is this module called reading, writing, fill in the blanks. This section contributes over 25 plus marks towards your reading and writing separately. Just like listening, fill in the blanks, write from dictation. Well, write from dictation, 3 to 4 questions, 45 to 50 marks to writing and listening. Perhaps I missed it there. So the listening, fill in the blanks, write from dictation, and reading, writing, fill in the blanks. These three only contribute some 75 plus marks, approximately 75 to 80 marks towards your writing section. And now, where is this working template? Where does the summarized spoken text trick working or not? Work on this, but these are difficult ones. So reading, writing, fill in the blanks requires its own discipline. You need to learn the grammar, vocabulary, reading skills. Just like listening, fill in the blank, write from dictation. Listening skills, I told you. Listen to a podcast. Here, reading skills, start reading book. 2 hours, I'm practicing reading, writing, fill in the blanks. Half an hour you practice. 1.5 hours you read. In 15 days, you will get it. You don't do that, then possibly things will not happen. Remember this, it will just delay the progress. I'm going to give you a very simple question. 3, 4, 5, 6 blanks are there. I'm going to add a timer of 3 minutes on my bottom right. Start doing it, and once 3 minutes is done, allow me to explain. I'll come back after 3 minutes and show you how to do it. Let's start. Alright, I really hope you have tried your best to solve it, though it is little confusing for the first and the second. Remember this gerund mentioning, eating, running is an activity. Running is a good activity. So you use this ing is a noun. After that, verb has to come. Eating is good. Eating is good. You never say eat is good, eating is good. When you use ing, you need a verb. Here, dash mice and rats to most people. There is no verb there. Then you cannot use noun. Mention this, mention mice and rats to most people. Eat pizza every day. And guess what? You will be gaining weight. It's just an imperative sentence. Here you use ing, then you need a verb. Mentioning mice and rats to most people will scare someone. That will, is, or something has to come, which is not the end of a sentence. So it should be mention mice and rats. Just mention these names and images of unsanitary conditions. And urban decay come to the mind. Mention this, these images come to the mind. Images is plural, they eat. Images come, not came or comes or whatever. It's just imperative sentence. Put it in the present tense. So it's mention mice and rats to most people, and images of unsanitary conditions and urban decay come to mind. Not have, you cannot use the present perfect tense, past tense and all. It's images of something. Images is the noun. Images come. They eat. S cannot come. So it's images of unsanitary conditions and urban decay come to mind. Rats have been dash as, recognized as, petrified as. You never petrify someone as. Petrify means to scare. To be scared of something. Bamboozled is surprised. Verified as can be a collocation. Vilified as is also a collocation. Vilify is to degrade someone's image. He has been vilified as this particular person in the entire public. Rats have been vilified. Vilified is the word. Vilified as the carriers of infected fleas that led to the dreaded Black Plague, some disease before Corona in probably 17th century. This happened. So it's that destroyed entire Europe. Destroyed is decimated. Decimate is to destroy, not widespread. Verb has to come. Widespread is adjective there. The next one, it has been suggested recently that an apology is in order and that other influences, it was not rat, other influences were to blame. Were to blame is a proper collocation. Now you know this in advance. He was not to blame. They were to blame. You would do it instantly like this. Read books automatically would cover all these things. Other influences, not the rodents, were to blame. It did not cause because of the mouse. It happened because of something else. So blame them, not the mouse. Not the rodents were to blame. More recently, infected mice have resulted in hantavirus outbreaks, including the recent outbreak. Recent update is wrong. It's not a yield. Recent atrociousness. Atrocious is adjective. Recent is adjective. Recent process. Recent update. Recent scare. Some noun has to come. Recent scare that happened in Yosemite National Park, where many campers, people who camped, attracted this virus. So it's a recent scare. Everyone got scared. Correct? It's a recent scare. So first is mention, second is come, third is vilified, fourth is decimated, fifth is blame, and the sixth is scare. You get all these 6 correctly, most probably you would get 90 overall. Here you are getting 3 to, most probably you are in the range between 62 to 65. This is what you need to accept and practice less. I'm not motivating you to practice less. All I'm telling you is divide your time. If you're practicing 2 hours, reading, writing, fill in the blanks, that's not going to make a huge difference towards your progression. 30 minutes of this is enough. 30 minutes of reading, fill in the blanks is enough. 10-15 minutes of write from dictation is enough. 10-15 minutes of listening, fill in the blanks is enough. 10-15 minutes of read aloud and repeat sentence, describe image. That's it. Rest 2 hours of reading activity if you can, or at least 1 hour of reading activity. Reading a novel, read a bit faster, and then 30 minutes of listening activity and doing some 5 spelling test. This should be your routine. This is the secret that nobody tells you. You do this, you understand this, you appreciate this, you welcome the new changes, and you get that scores. You don't do it, you just keep doing the same things back to square one, even after 100 days of practice. Give it a thought. Alright guys, I think that's all for today. I really hope this was an informative content. If you believe the same, like, share and subscribe and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. With this, I'll park the video here. This is Nakul, N-A-K-U-L. Nakul signing off from SKILLS PTE Academic. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.